Good afternoon, I'm Jess De Los Santos. This is One News Now. The preliminary hearing into the Percy Lapid slay case has been reset to another date. Jenny Dongon with the report.
An error in the subpoena impeded Wednesday's preliminary investigation into the murder of Percy Lapid. The camp of suspended Bucor Chief General Bantag raised that prosecutors used the wrong name in the issued subpoena. Instead of Kitalig, prosecutors used Soriano as Bantag's middle name. Bantag's lawyer, Rocky Balisong, said correction is crucial since the document could refer to another person.
What we received last November 21 is a subpoena not intended for our client. It was intended for one Gerald Bantag E. Soriano. And our client is DG Gerald Bantag E. Kitalig. So, pinareceive na kanina.
Because of this, they were given 10 more days to submit a counter affidavit. Bantag's camp has also been allowed to attend the next preliminary investigation via teleconferencing.
The panel is also concerned about the security of these people involved.
Bantag did not show up in the proceeding. Instead, he opted to attend an activity for Benguet's Foundation Day. Meanwhile, Balisong said he did not see any representative for Bucor officer Ricardo Zulweta, who is said to be in hiding. Zulweta was stalked by other persons of interest as the one who gave the order to kill Lapid. Authorities have yet to determine his whereabouts. Despite the setback, Lapid's camp still hopes that justice will be served soon enough.
Siguro temporary delay lamang, but we're hopeful that the case will continue at ang hustisya ay maibibigay kay Percy.
The next hearing has been scheduled on December 5. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin gets the nod from a Commission on Appointments panel. The CA committee approved Bersamin's ad interim appointment as Executive Secretary in less than an hour. The panel recommended to the plenary the final approval of his confirmation. Bersamin was appointed ES after the resignation of Vic Rodriguez in the aftermath of the sugar importation fiasco. During the deliberations, Bersamin vowed to take proper action to avoid a similar incident from happening again.
Right now, we do not anymore tolerate the lack of coordination that happened here. And I have imposed upon everyone not to assume or presume that the President already approves a certain act until and unless I or my Senior Deputy Executive Secretary have signified the approval. This is to avoid the unnecessary presumptuous action taken in that fiasco.
Bersamin also said that President Bongbong Marcos is considering several people to head the Department of Agriculture. President Marcos concurrently serves as acting DA chief.
The President is seriously considering several people to appoint on a permanent basis or regular basis to represent or administer the DA portfolio, but he has not yet signified to us that he is ready to announce his decision.
Finance Secretary Ben Diokno likewise passed initial scrutiny from the Commission on Appointments. During his confirmation hearing, Diokno was asked about several issues, including the threat of recession. In response, the former Bangko Sentral governor assured that the country will not enter into a recession, citing unemployment being at its lowest since before the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Diokno's confirmation comes on the back of rumors that he is being replaced as finance chief. President Marcos himself has denied these rumors. More stories after this short break. Stay with us here on One News Now. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. A Caloocan court has convicted police officer Jeffrey Perez of torture and planting of evidence in connection to the killing of Carl Arnaiz and Arnaiz-De Guzman in 2017. The Caloocan City Regional Trial Court found Perez guilty on all charges filed against him. He's sentenced to reclusion perpetua or up to 40 years imprisonment. Perez and his late co-accused Ricky Arquilita claimed that Arnaiz died in a shootout after allegedly resisting arrest. The killing of Arnaiz and De Guzman were among the most notable cases under the Duterte administration's war on drugs. Health experts have expressed concern over the worsening problem on antimicrobial resistance. Let's find out more from this report by JC Cosico.
Around 10 million people could die every year by 2050 if the worsening problem on antimicrobial resistance or AMR is left unaddressed. That's according to the World Health Organization. The health department is now calling it a silent pandemic capable of threatening the country's healthcare system.
It is a crisis that is likened as a silent pandemic or slow-moving tsunami that threatens a century of progress in health and the achievements of modern medicine and the sustainable development goals, including what we are doing right now, universal health care.
Antimicrobial resistance happens when antibiotics are no longer effective to treat infections due to overuse or misuse of drugs.
Try and engage or encourage engagement with the community so that people understand that getting an antibiotic is not always the answer just because you've got a cold.
The DOH stressed self-medication could have dire effects. The agency reminds the public that a doctor's prescription is always needed when purchasing antibiotics. The DOH also believes the lack of access to medical services is the root cause of AMR.
If only there would be our services for medical services will be always available to our communities, then each of our neighbors won't be prescribing their own medicine for their family.
Counterfeit medicines also contribute to AMR. With this, the Food and Drug Administration is doubling down on its efforts to track fake medicines. Meanwhile, antimicrobial resistance is not just limited to humans. It can also affect animals.
Tayo ay nagkakaroon ng mga webinars, seminars, and dialogues with different stakeholders in the livestock and poultry industry as well as other sectors.
The DOH continues to expand its interagency committee to include the Education Department, Higher Education Commission, and TESDA to help with information dissemination on AMR. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
Pope Francis has fired the leaders of Caritas Internationalis, the charity arm of the Roman Catholic Church. The move came amid accusations of bad management practices like bullying and humiliation of employees. The move affects Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, who was president of Caritas Internationalis, although he was not involved in day-to-day operations. Caritas is a confederation of over 160 Catholic organizations working in more than 200 countries. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Jess De Los Santos. We are One News.